2023 Chevrolet Bolt EV Review. What's new? No major changes for 2023. Part of the first Bolt generation introduced for 2017. The Bolt EV's driving style. In our tests, the Bolt sped from 0 to 60 mph in just 6.9 seconds, which is fairly speedy for an EV in this price range. You may easily merge onto freeways and pass when necessary, if you prefer to not use the single pedal mode to perform the majority of your slowing via regenerative braking. The Bolt's brakes are reliable and simple to handle. The latter is preferable because it needs less effort and increases range. To increase energy recovery, there is even an additional Regen brake paddle on the steering wheel. The Bolt reacts to steering inputs smoothly without seeming darting. The car keeps moving forward on the highway without requiring the driver to pay attention, and the steering feel and input are good. The Bolt feels quick and sure-footed as the road starts to curve. How cozy is the Bolt EV interior? Compared to earlier model years, the front seats now have ample padding. We still feel like they could use a little more thigh boosting. They are no longer literally a bother in our behinds on long drives. However, because the suspension struggles to absorb pavement cracks and sharp-edged potholes, the Bolt's ride quality is still too crowded. The Bolt is smooth when the pavement is. The modernized climate controls are uncomplicated and offer redundant functionality on both the touchscreen and the buttons below the screen. The TLT model has heated front seats and a steering wheel as standard equipment, and the system responds promptly. We also enjoy the peaceful cabin of the Bolt. Not a problem is wind noise. How is the inside? With a convenient volume knob and tune buttons to the left of the touch screen, the controls are tastefully placed. It takes a while to get acclimated to the transmission controls, which are now a row of buttons rather than the traditional shift lever found on the preceding Bolt. Key data can be displayed on the digital instrument panel, including battery information, driver efficiency, and power output. A height-adjustable driver's seat and a large telescoping steering wheel made it easy for us to become comfortable behind the wheel. The roofline is towering all the way to the back hatch, and all the doors open widely. With the exception of its breadth, the Bolt appears much larger inside than you may anticipate. Despite the cabin's narrowness, there is plenty of head and leg room. Peek-a-boo windows and a 360-degree video system are both offered to improve view past the front roof pillars. How is the tech? It is common to have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility. Because an integrated navigation system is not available, you are limited to using these smartphone integration systems for in-car navigation. The touch is sizable and quick. When you upgrade to the TLT trim, you receive additional ports for the back passengers in addition to the two normal front USB ports, one ordinary and one USB-C. The Bolt comes with standard forward collision prevention and lane keeping assistance, and the TLT adds blind spot warning and a surround view camera system. Although we found the adaptive cruise control optional for the TLT brakes a touch too late for comfort. When using the closest distance setting, these driving aids typically function well. The storage situation. The Bolt has a lot of room inside for little objects considering its size. The glove box, center console, and front door pockets are sufficient. Also included are a large phone cubby with a wireless charger in front of the transmission gear selector, and an open space under the center console for a handbag or other item of a similar size. The cargo space is smaller than that of the competition with 16.6 cubic feet behind the back seats. However, it is still functional and features a floor panel that can be removed to transport heavier goods or provides concealed storage. The Bolt also performs admirably as the family taxi. All three of the rear seat positions have top tethers, and the child safety seat anchors are simple to find. The rear doors open with enough space within for large rear-facing seats. How are the efficiency and range? The Bolt has one of the finest ranges in the sector for the price. according to the EPA, with an estimated 259 miles of range on a single charge. In addition, it is predicted to travel 100 miles for every 28 kWh of electricity consumed. The Bolt was able to cover 278 miles on a single charge in Edmunds real-world EV range tests, using a slightly more efficient 25.7 kWh per 100 miles. The Bolt clearly has the range advantage over the class when taking into account the Nissan Leaf's 237 miles of range in our testing, and the Mini SE's 150 miles. The new dual-level charge cord that is included with the Bolt enables users to switch between level 1 120-volt and level 2 240-volt charging. However, as the provided cord has a maximum output of 7.2 kilowatts, you'll need specialized wall charging equipment to fully utilize the new Bolt's more potent 11 kilowatts onboard charger. Before, it was 7.7 kilowatts. The Bolt's maximum fast charging speed is 55 kilowatts, so you'll have to spend more time at a DC fast charging station to recharge the battery. This is the only drawback. Rival EVs have twice, or even 3 times, as fast charging times. The Bolt EV, is it a good deal? Chevrolet improved the inside materials, added more features, and increased the padding in the front seats of the most recent Bolt model. These features include an adaptive cruise control system, and wireless Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay compatibility. The Bolt's starting price was also decreased to better compete with some more recent EVs. However, the Bolt is once again eligible for the $7,500 federal tax credit, making it the most cheap new EV on the market right now. The Bolt's standard warranty is standard at 3 years and 36,000 miles, but the electric part, especially the battery, are covered for 8 years and 100,000 miles. Roadside assistance is good for 5 years and 60,000 miles, and free maintenance is good for 24,000. The Bolt's lively agility and one-pedal driving, made possible by the effective regenerative braking, are incredibly fun and continue to be in their updated form. Driving an EV can be surprisingly pleasurable. The upright hatchback styling blends into the background, although the updated exterior look can divide opinion. Thankfully, the Bolt now has a more futuristic and roomy cabin. It keeps delivering strong environmental credentials and long-range performance at a reasonable cost. Select the TLT trim for the Bolt. It unlocks various choices not accessible on the 1LT model and adds a sizable number of tech and nice-to-have features. The infotainment package is one of those choices. In addition, it includes more USB connections, a better Bose stereo, a surround view camera system, and a wireless charging pad. In addition, the adaptive cruise control technology would be added to help with traffic congestion. The 2023 Bolt comes into trim levels, 1LT and 2LT. The front wheels of both versions are driven by a single electric motor that has 200 horsepower and 266 pounds-ft of torque, and is powered by a 65 kWh battery pack hidden beneath the floor. The EPA estimates the range to be 259 miles for both trims on a full charge, though we've gone further in our actual tests.